Hi mommies and daddies, welcome back to Momcom India. For those of you who've been following our videos, you know that our baby is now 16 months and in the last 16 months we've taken about 4 trips with our baby already, and every time we put up a vlog of that trip, a very common question that we get is what are the travel food options that we usually take or order for our baby whenever we are at a particular hotel. So in this video I'm going to share with you everything about the travel food options that you can take for your baby. So let's get started. To watch all the videos on this channel, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get regular updates from Momcom India. Let's become a big fat family soon. Before I start this video, I request you to click on the like button only if you find it to be helpful, and subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red button below and hitting the bell icon so that you get timely notification of all our videos. Now when it comes to traveling with the babies, there's a lot of confusion as to when can you start traveling with your child, what is the right age, when is the child too young or too old for a travel. It was the same dilemma that we as parents had. Our baby now is 16 months and we took the first trip with him when he was 7 months. That was a road trip. We went to Missouri. We took the second trip when he was 1 year. We went to Goa for his birthday, so that was a by air trip. The third and fourth trip were very recently between a 14-month and a 16-month, and both of these were road trips to Jim Corbett and Nainital. If you want more details about these trips, there are videos all over our channel, so you can just go and look at those. But again, like we also, one thing that worries us every time we plan for a trip is the food for the baby, as to what is it that will make him comfortable, because food is something that if that goes wrong, your whole trip, the whole excitement of the trip can come down, because if the baby falls sick or is not eating well, then as it is as a parent, you stop enjoying and you're not comfortable. So how is it that you plan well for your trips is something that I'll be sharing in this video, and I'll do a age wise breakdown so that you get an idea of what you could do before 6 months, then 6 to 12 months, and then between 12 months to 18 months. So now let's talk about what is it that you can give to your child if your child is over 1 year of age. So my assumption is, like, I'm taking experience of my own child, that after 1 year my child has been on a proper schedule, like 3 proper meals and at least 2 to 3 snacks in a day depending on how his hunger is. Apart from that, he takes milk feeds also, so I actually have to plan his meals like I would do for myself or the other family members. So I'm assuming that in this age you got to think about breakfast, lunch, dinner and also snacks, because in this age if you go wrong with the meal times or with the meal options, then the child can become really cranky, can have an upset stomach, or his whole schedule can just go for a toss. So we have been very cautious about how do we plan his meals, especially after this age. So I'll say for milk, my recommendation is the same like I gave for below 6 months. For breakfast, very very safe options and something that you can carry with yourself also is cornflakes, and especially the chocos. My son loves Kellogg's chocos. That's the easiest thing that I can make for him first thing in the morning. Even at times what happens is that your child gets up early, you are at a hotel, the buffet starts at say 7 a.m. Like with my kid, he gets up at 6 a.m. in the morning. So the easiest option is you can make his milk, you have his formula, you can make his milk, you can add chocos to the milk, stir it, hot milk and give it. Some children like it with cold milk also, so you have that option, and some children, like my kid, also likes to pick up the chocos and just eat them, considering he has about 9 teeth now, so he loves to eat them like that also. He's able to swallow it very easily. So cornflakes and chocos is a great starter to the day, and something that you can use during travel also, and something that you can use at the hotel also. Then for breakfast, a couple of more options are pancakes. Pancakes are great if you're ordering at every hotel almost has pancakes. Just let them know that you want it in atta only, which is whole wheat flour. You don't want any maida to be added. So I would just say that check on the ingredients that they are putting. If you eat egg, then ask them to put egg. If you don't eat egg, don't ask them to put egg. So basically just clarify what the ingredients that the chef would use is something that you must do with every meal that you're planning with your baby. So pancakes is a great option. Then a couple of other options that can be used for breakfast, lunch or dinner are parathas. My son loves aloo paratha, palak paratha, methi paratha, paneer paratha. These are simple. Paneer and aloo are the simplest options that you will get at any hotel, so that's something that you can do. Then khichdi, like we all spoke about, simple khichdi, or you can just modify the khichdi. At times we give him palak khichdi, at times we give him peas khichdi. At times we give him vegetable khichdi, so that's something that you can do. Aloo puri is a great option. Aloo puri curd is a great option. Puris also children are able to eat very easily, but my only thing with aloo puri is the oil. So if you are at a great hotel, it's fine. Otherwise, if you are at a dhaba or all, I would not suggest that you order aloo puri. Rice and curd rice is something that children generally love, so that's a great option. Vada, idli, dosa. Light chicken curry with rice or with roti is also something my child just loves. That I think that's something that he has every day, even while he's not on a trip or even when he's on a trip, because chicken is available everywhere. Roasted chicken is a great option. Sauteed vegetables is a great option. So these are some great options that you can give to your baby throughout the main meals. Now for the snacks, I generally try to stick to light snacks, again because I want him to balance heavy meals with lighter ones. So snacks could be yogurt. You could buy those packed yogurts that you get in the market right away and give it to your child, or you could get yogurt from the hotel also. Puff rice is a great snack. The child can just pick it up. It's very light, very easy to digest. So that's a great snack. Makhanas or fox nuts. You would have seen our Pangot video, the recent trip that we took, where my child loved eating the fox nuts. He almost finished the entire packet and was giving it to his father also. Biscuits, I will only give him Parle G biscuits, and that too also will be an SOS. When I actually have nothing else and he also is teething, just wants to bite on something, I'll give him a biscuit. Then another SOS that I generally keep during travel is chocolate. At times, you know, chocolate just infuses the energy in you. He doesn't eat a lot of chocolate. I think in 15 days once he will have a chocolate, but at times I just to give him that taste also and that energy also, I would keep that. Then fruits are my most dependable option, and at times I'll also give him ice cream because I want to definitely let him enjoy the different flavors of life. So those are the things I'll do. Apart from that, I would suggest that during the trips, it's very important to keep children hydrated. The more hydrated they are, the more drinks that they take, the more easy their stomach feels. So coconut water, lemon water, you can do sweet and salted if your child is over 1 year. Buttermilk are just great drink options. Apart from that, water always has to be boiled. Even if you're giving your child water to drink, it has to be boiled water. Unless it's an emergency, you could use Bisleri always. I think Bisleri is still trustable, so I would go ahead with that. So I hope I've been able to do justice by giving you a lot of variety of foods that you can explore. Obviously, there are more things depending on what your child eats. Generally at home, you could always ask for those meals also to be made at the hotels that you are in, and I'm sure that the chefs would definitely go an extra mile to take care of the children, because they themselves feel that that's how customer service can be done really well. So these were my food options, and now let me give you some tips that might help your travel become a slightly better. Number one is plan for the route. So, you know, for example, we went to Pangot, which is slightly, ahead of Nainital. Now, we knew that our entire journey is going to take, say, 6 hours. So, for that 6 hours, we had a clear plan that in these 6 hours, when is it that my child will be hungry? What meal will we be giving him at that point of time? Will we even need to give a meal or not? So, that's basically what I'm trying to say, is that plan for your travel. We started at 2:30 in the night and we reached at 8 in the morning. And in that time, because it was night time, my child was purely sleeping. Max he could have got up for milk, so all that I prepared for at that time is milk. So similarly, just plan for the route. If you're traveling at a time that your lunch is going to come in during the travel time, then plan for a light lunch. So plan for the route. Second tip is fresh foods. Always buy fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. Whatever you're trying to give your child has to be as fresh as it can. If you're carrying something for the child, it has to be in airtight containers, otherwise the food gets spoiled very easily. Normally, if you're taking road trips in India, vegetables and fruits are just available everywhere, even on the go also. So just depend on fresh fruits as much as you can. Number 3 is light food during travel. During your travel time, especially if it's a road travel, try to make it as light as it can. The entire journey, we also as adults don't take heavy meals before we travel and during we travel, because we know that it can upset, the whole motion can upset our stomach also. So just keep it light. Give small frequent meals, but keep it very light. The next one is no heavy meal just before travel. I already covered this. The next one is nausea. So a lot of children, us also have nausea problem, especially if you're going to the hills. So for nausea, ideally it's best to again keep small frequent meals, keep the child hydrated, and especially keep the child in an upright position after he has consumed any meal. Try to make the child look outside so that the child might not feel dizzy. If the child is all the time, just lying down, and especially after meal, the chances are the child will get dizzy very fast. The next one is use your own cutlery. At least the basic cutlery, whatever will be used for your baby, you must have while you're traveling. Like you should have a fork, you should have a knife, you should have a peeler. You can always carry a pot where you can boil water also if it is required, a small plate, spoon, and something to clean everything. So that way, just in case the child is hungry, there is no dhaba, there's nothing coming on the way also, you can always buy a banana, mash it with your cutlery and give it to your child. So that's a very safe option. And if you don't have anything, then you can always clean it with your baby's wipes. The next one, very important, I feel, is communicate your ask. So whenever we go on a trip, one thing that we like to do is, so if we have to plan for the breakfast a day in advance, we will talk to the chef about what is it that we want, what are the ingredients that the chef is going to use. If he does not have that, what are the other options available? So don't assume that you will say something and it will be available at the hotel. Always communicate your ask much ahead in advance and be very clear about what spices do you want the chef to put. Taste the food before feeding your child is another recommendation that I have. Don't just give them anything trusting on an external party. Then I would suggest that don't try any new food at least a week before you travel. We know that with new foods there is always a risk of allergies, of the child's stomach not adjusting to it very well. So at least a week prior, just stop trying any new food so that you can have your much awaited trip nicely. And last, I will say that take food only in airtight containers. So I'm sure most of this is already something that I covered. I'm hoping I've been able to help you ease your worries about planning a trip for your babies. What I read in a lot of comments in my videos is that a lot of people want to travel with their children, but the only thing holding them back is thinking about their child's comfort, especially when it comes to food. I would personally suggest that just go for it. I think travel is the best thing that you can do for your child, because at this age they just want to explore the world around them, and you are the medium to help them explore that. Every time we took a trip with our child, we came back with a different Kabir altogether, because he would show us so many sides or so many new sides of himself when we would travel to different places, that we would just be amazed that we have been restricting him in the house, because of which we never got to know this side, or these are the things that he can do, or these is what he would love to do. So I think just travel. It's good for you, it's good for your babies, and that's all I will say. With that said, we come to the end of the video. I hope you liked it. In case you have more questions, just put them below and we would answer them as soon as we can. And subscribe to our channel, share the video, like, and please do not forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, because we post so many great updates there that you're surely gonna enjoy it. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.